Ron here with your weekly forecast for the week of February 11th. It's going to be a brief forecast because you don't really have time to be spending watching astrology videos. You got to get out there and do stuff. This is a busy, busy week. There's a lot of activity. It's the week of the first quarter moon in Taurus. That's great. We have a lot of Aries energy. We have Uranus at the very end of Aries meeting up with Mars in the middle of the week. It's a very active week. It's time to get going. The thing is, of course, that you want to get going on stuff that you really believe in, stuff that you really know. There's a lot of impulsiveness in the air this week, and that's going to be a bit of a problem for some folks, because when you have a lot of energy and you don't know what to do with it, you can get a little bit out there. So watch out on the roads. Be careful that people may have short fuses in any circumstance, though. You might just trip over somebody's sore spot. Soft spot or sore spot really, really quickly in this week. Now, the general flow of the week, very active, very excited. When we're looking at Monday, we're probably looking at the best day this week to shut your cell phones off, people. Monday is probably the best day this week for directing the flow of energy. So it's a great time for meetings. It's a great time for anything that requires some slow, steady persistence thanks to the Taurus moon. Tuesday, we still have the moon in Taurus. It's the first quarter moon, but the Mars-Uranus meeting is just too powerful. First quarter moon, it's a very, very active energy. Again, great if you know what to do with it, but less great if you don't. So Monday and Tuesday, very strong energy and somewhat erratic. It's increasingly erratic. And then the moon goes into Gemini Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, I would say that the slippery sort of quick verbal energy is really strong. Mars goes into Taurus, though, as we're getting into this period. So again, is it verbal? Is it actual action? It's probably both. Great ideas swimming around there. Most folks will probably be too busy talking to listen. That could be a bit of a problem. But again, it's a good time. It's a good time. It is a high energy time, and high energy always requires a little bit of caution. You want to watch out for your own impulsiveness as well as other people's impulsiveness, but you don't want to look at it as being something that's like not a good time. It is a good time. It's just high voltage, and you have to handle with care. Thursday is a really good day for making announcements and things like that. Presentations. The energy will be a little bit softer, so the first 3 days of the week have the most intense energy. Thursday, a little bit softer. Probably something the same level of energy as Monday. A little bit more verbal. Monday, a little bit more sort of persistent, maybe a day to work by yourself. Thursday, probably a more collaborative type of day. Now, Friday and Saturday through Sunday morning, the moon goes into Cancer. And that's a very security-oriented, protective sign. And what you might have at that particular point in time is a little bit of second doubts about some of the stuff that you've done earlier in the week. Earlier in the week, we can do it. We're going forward. This is all a very forward-leaning energy. Moon gets into Cancer. We say, well, wait a minute. What is that going to cost us? We might be looking at the financials of things. Is it really safe to do this? Have I overextended myself? Did I say too much? Did I do the wrong thing? Those kind of doubts can creep in as the moon goes through Cancer and, of course, opposes Saturn and Pluto in the meantime. So the way to use that is not to retreat in a kind of paranoid reaction, but rather, which is an option, but rather to say, okay, well, let's put the brakes on things for a minute and see where things go. And let's see if we're really, doing something that's sensible, or if I've really pushed too far. So you might want to rein things back a little bit, but it doesn't mean that you have to sort of scrap the whole project and, oh my God, what did I do? Sunday, the moon goes into Leo, and we dry out quickly from that Cancerian energy, and we get much more forward-leaning feeling to things. Now, Chiron is at the very, very end of Pisces through this entire week. And Chiron at the very end of Pisces, oh, let's say it may not feel wonderful. We may be looking towards the past with regrets. We might be looking at some of the wounds that we have that are just not healing. That could really, really be an issue. It could really be a hurt type of thing while the moon is in Cancer, Friday, Saturday, and part of Sunday, up until about 10:30 in the morning Eastern time. Once we get into Leo, I think that we start to say, okay, it hurts, it may not ever heal, but we can go forward with it anyway. So it's a little bit more positive, forward-leaning type of energy. As we get towards the full moon that is coming in the coming week, we're going to be feeling the energy building in quite substantially. So again, we're not looking at any sort of real slowdown. The moon in Cancer is the one little put on the brakes, maybe a little bit more feeling-oriented time, but it really is a very, very active time. It's a great time to take advantage of when you have something to do. All right, that's enough. Go.